Development Bank of Nigeria has disclosed its support to ensure the financing of 20,000 micro, small and medium enterprises within the first year of its operations. Managing Director of the bank, Mr. Tony OKPANACHI, disclosed this in Abuja. He said the bank will be taking off its operations with a total of $1.3 billion, adding that it will also be used to provide wholesale long-term funding to small businesses. OKPANACHI noted that part of the strategies of the bank is to restrict the sector by making sure that loans are provided at a longer period of 10 years with a moratorium that will enable the loan to be repaid within 12 years.
I will talk about how much are we taking off with. The total funds available to DBNI is about $1.3 billion, which is made up of both equity and then, of course, some funds from our development partners that will on-lend. Principally, it's coming from both equity and, like I said, debt. That's the initial funding. But over time, we are going to diversify our funding base so that we sustain the model over time.
The Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, while shedding more light on the significance of Development Bank, said the operations of the bank will be devoid of political interference, noting that the DBN will have access to $1.3 billion.
Now, why is Development Bank of Nigeria so important? I'm sure you all know 50% of Nigeria's GDP is SME, small businesses. The majority of people who have a job work for somebody who employs 7 people or less. But even though SMEs represent 45% actually, to be specific, of our GDP, only about 10% of them have access to any kind of bank loan. So most of them are struggling on very little capital. So we believe that by having the Development Bank of Nigeria, which is going to mobilize capital to channel specifically to micro, small and medium enterprises, we'll be able to grow that sector of the economy. What we found is that sector have lower capital, they have higher costs, and yet they're surviving. So if we're able to give them cheaper money, longer term money, better access to money, they can really grow, and they are the engine of the economy.